Hello everyone, Andy Schwab here with your Farm and Ranch News. Big news yesterday, the U.S. Supreme Court announced their decision to rule in favor of landowners and ag groups in the Sackett vs. EPA case. As you may recall, that case dealt with an Idaho couple who the EPA said could not build on land due to wetlands dispute and citing Clean Water Act regulations. They challenged that decision in a lower court who ruled in favor of the EPA. However, the Sacketts and the ag groups such as American Farm Bureau asked the Supreme Court to look it over since the basis was around one phrase, significant nexus. The Supreme Court yesterday ruled that the EPA's use of the significant nexus test when making Clean Water Act determinations is too broad, and the term was not even found in the Clean Water Act. That ruling will naturally lead to lower courts examining how the decision applies to the Biden administration's definition of waters of the U.S. that right now is under court injunctions in at least 26 states tied to separate courts. Well, the news certainly hit ag groups with a sigh of relief as it's been an ongoing issue since 2007. Montana Farm Bureau Federation Senior Director of Government Affairs Nicole Rolfe told me that they praised the Supreme Court decision and agreed with American Farm Bureau President Zippy Duvall, who said EPA clearly overstepped their authority under the Clean Water Act by restricting private property owners from developing their land despite being far from the nearest navigable water. NCBA, who submitted an amicus brief in the case, also rejoiced at the news and said they look forward to working with the EPA and U.S. Army Corps of Engineers as they implement the court's new continuous surface connection standard. We need to take a quick break, but we'll be back shortly with your ag markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought, there always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. But it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Welcome back, friends, to your Ag News and your markets. The NILE announced this week they've added 2 new contests for FFA and 4-H youth this fall. A veterinary science contest for FFA members will take place Monday, October 16th, beginning at 3 p.m. The purpose of the veterinary science CDE is to provide students with opportunities to develop technical knowledge and demonstrate practical skills in the field of veterinary science. The NILE will also host a meat evaluation contest open for both the 4-H and FFA members on Tuesday, October 17th. Students will learn analytical skills, critical thinking strategies, cooperation, communication skills, and understanding the appropriate meat terminology. Both of those contests are open to the first 32 teams, and registration for all contests will open in late August. Well, cattlemen and women will certainly have some smiles on their faces as they head into the long weekend after this week's big $4 gains were found on the cash cattle markets. For the local auctions, though, things continue to be at a little slower pace as producers push their herds to the summer pastures. For Pays livestock, it was mostly coal and open stock cows testing the market as they are thin as ever. And Sioux Falls sheepyards had a full test of coal lambs. Most of the prices hung around that $180 to $190 money on the lambs under 100 pounds, while coal ewes actually came up a nickel. And recent moisture helped add dollars to the spring wheat complex as planting delays are still the talks in many areas. Winter wheat unfortunately could not come in clutch on that rebound after a 30-cent loss the previous day. Well, that's all for our Ag News Markets. I'm Andy Schwab. Have a good day.